Almost like, girl, what are you doing? You already know this is not your business model. Let's leave this here. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel via Glow. If you're new here, my name is Gloria and I'm a full-time reseller on multiple different apps, and I resell clothes and shit. So in today's video, I actually want to talk about some things that I do in my business that has helped me become successful. Now, if you guys have been here for a while, I did put out a video talking about some things that I don't do in my business and I would still consider myself successful. This one is quite the opposite. Now, in 2023, I did a lot of trial and error. I mean, a lot. I tested out some things and then I took away some things, and I finally found the sauce, and I've been doing it all of 2024, and I feel like that is what helped me scale my business to become as successful as is. Successful to me is the amount that I'm making. I'm making a little bit under $7,000 a month, which is a lot for me. I know for some people that's nothing, but $7,000 is a great amount. Okay, so the first thing that I do is have a pricing structure across all platforms. Now, I am a cross lister and I do use Flip right now. It's currently $9, but I might be using something different soon, but we'll talk about that in a vlog. But anyways, so I like to change it across each platform because I feel like there are different buyers on each platform. There are times where I go to delist an item that is sold and I notice that it sold for a lot more than I had it listed on the other platforms. I will notice the view count is different, the amount of watchers, the amount of likes on it is different across all platforms. So I feel like you have to get real specific when you price your item, so then that way you can maximize your profits and not just like blanket price an item. So, you know, let's say this item sells for $25 on eBay, but on Poshmark the market is completely different. This item can sell for $40. So it's really up to you to do your research to make sure you're pricing your item accordingly. Now, as far as pricing goes, I do try to price it on the lower end of comps. Now, I am definitely not going to undercut the market because I already know how that goes, but since I am a binge shopper, I do have a lot of room for profit. So me selling an item that typically sells for $25, I sell it for $21 or $20, I'm completely okay with it because I'm not only making a great profit, but it's still in that window and it's just at the lower end, and I'll be able to get my item out there a lot quicker. Another thing that I do is when I send out offers on Poshmark, I actually don't use discounted shipping. Now, I want to say in the middle of May, Poshmark made it available to where you can send out offers without discounted shipping. And honestly, I went in and I took off the discount because those $2 add up after a while. Now, I think it's like $2.12, I'm not sure, but I roughly sell about 100 to 120 items a month on Poshmark alone. So that's, you know, over $200 that I get to pocket instead of giving them that discount, because I don't think buyers know that we are paying for that extra $2, not necessarily Poshmark, unless you use like Closet Clear Out, but I haven't used that in years, so I don't even worry about it. Another one is I cap offers on Poshmark. So I have a bot, which is 𝕃𝕂𝕂𝕂. They send out offers to likers immediately within like 2 minutes of them liking the item, and it's really more so to just capture that sale. Now, I have to be honest with y'all, I think people accept my offer probably like 15 to 20% of the time. I want to say maybe 20% of the time they counter, and then maybe 10% of the time they decline, and then the other people just kind of leave it there, I guess, to think about. But I like to cap my offers at 20%. I know I actually just started doing this recently. In May, I tweaked a lot of little things on Poshmark, very quietly, but I tweaked them, and that was bringing down my offers. So I used to offer 25% off with discounted shipping, and I think that that kind of, you know, helped me make a lot of sales, but it also took a lot of money from my pockets. So I went on and brought it down to 20% because I still price my items accordingly. So when I price my items, they are sitting at a price point that they can sell at for full asking price. Of course, you know, on these platforms, people are going to want to send you an offer, which, you know, that's kind of like how they're built to do, just so they can feel like they're getting a deal because they have the power. So I feel like for a lot of the times you definitely want to just price it accordingly, so when you do send out that offer, you can still get a good amount for it. And then I also give 30% off bundles, but it is for items that are 3 or more. So you have to bundle 3 items and you'll get an automatic discount of 30% off. Some people like to bundle and then still send a additional offer, and it really just depends on the items that I am selling in that bundle. Is it worth me, you know, taking an extra 10% hit? But I like to give them a option to where they can just bundle it and buy it. I actually have a $2 handling fee on eBay. Yeah, I know. That also helped me a little bit as well, because when people go to checkout, it's $2 for handlings. Now that is really only for when people do you know, returns. So then I'm not like, you know, a little annoyed that I'm paying the $6 to $8 for return shipping when the handling is already kind of built in the price point. So that is something that I did, I want to say at the beginning of the year, and it's been totally fine. I do next day shipping on all platforms, Monday through Thursday. So anytime anything is purchased after 9 a.m. on Thursday, it won't be getting shipped out till Monday. But this also helps me become a, I want to say top rated seller on eBay, because I do next day shipping, or yeah, one business day or whatever it's called. I do that on eBay, and of course I will also do it on Poshmark and Mercari, just so I can get the items out, because the quicker you get it out, the quicker you'll get your money. So I think that that is just like a good business practice to have, is to ship out, you know, frequently. Another thing is trial and error. So I know a lot of the times you kind of want to just do everything right all the time, just kind of like hardwire yourself to like, oh, this is brand. However, I feel like style pickups are also important. Now, not every style is gonna do amazingly, but when you pick up an item and you like, okay, this brand ain't that good, but this style is sellable, what can I use to sell this item? I feel like I have done that so many times, and I've been successful and I have been unsuccessful, but more so on the successful end. So I continue to do it. So if you guys watch my haul video, y'all know that I have been picking up like style-based pieces. So the brand doesn't matter, the style of it does. So I like to trial and error when I'm at the bin. So I'll pick up something strictly off of style. If it's no brand, no name, or even if it does have a brand to it and the brand devalues the item, I know that the style could carry it, and that is just something that I like to do occasionally. It's not like an everyday thing, but it's an occasional thing. Provide measurements. I think this is important. I know a lot of people are just like so against it, and honestly I can see why, because it's so tedious. I absolutely hate you know, measuring and stuff, because sometimes people don't even look at the measurements. However, I think that it does help for those people that are constantly asking, oh, what are the measurements? And you're like, they're already in the listing. Did you happen to look at the photos? But yeah, I like to provide those no matter what. Another one is knowing your keywords before you even pick them up. Now, when I'm at the bins, I pick up a piece, and even if it is a, you know, a brand that sells well, I still like to know what I can market this item as. So I want to already know the aesthetics, and I already want to know the keywords that I can use to pull in any additional buyers, because there are times where I will pick up a piece that is geared toward more mature women, but I also know that Gen Z or millennials might be interested in this piece. So I would want to, you know, tie in those keywords and those aesthetics, just because I know that Chico's is not something that a millennial or a Gen Z person is searching out for. They are searching out for a boho cottage core piece. They're not searching out for, you know, coastal or lagging look, you know? So I think that you want to get real specific when you are like looking at pieces at your thrift store or your bins, and making sure that the piece is actually something that you can either tie in, or you can just market strictly for, you know, a certain person. Me personally, I feel like I sell a lot more mature brands, because I feel like they have a little bit more disposable income than, you know, Gen Z, even though Gen Z kind of do, I don't know. But I feel like when I source, a lot of the times I notice that I am picking up more mature styles than I am like the younger crowd. But I'm, you know, it's accessible. I pick up pretty much everything. You already know I pick up men's, women's. I no longer pick up children's unless it's a really great brand that I can sell for over $20. So yeah, just know your keywords before you even bring it home, because you want to know how to market that piece. Watching seasonal videos. Now, I watch 2 creators. One of them I'm sure you guys already watch, but it's Jack Valentine, I want to say. I'll link their channels down below. But they typically, when seasons change or about to change, they will go inside like these popular stores, and they will actually show you guys what is actually being sold, and like what is this current style, and what people are actually going to be searching for when the season changes. And I actually love that, because that's like the best type of research you can do. And then another one is Elena Swan. And I feel so, I've been following her for like 3 years. Is it Elena Swan? I don't know. I'm gonna link her channel down below too. She recently did one, and I'm sure it's other resellers that do it, but these are the two that I actually enjoy watching, because it's very informative. And you know, I think that it's nice to know what is, you know, gonna be in. And I feel like both of them show different types of you know, content when it comes to it. There's more hands-on, and she is showing you on a computer. She is showing you, you know, different websites that is showing what might be popular, and she, you know, it's very educational. Both of them are. So I'll link both of their channels down below so you guys can follow them, and then, you know, get ready for the transitions and stuff like that. I know Elena just put out a video that I had watched maybe a couple of weeks ago, I'm not sure, but it was good. And you know, I always wait on Jack Valentine's video because it's always a really good watch. Things that I do now is I completely steer clear of low-hanging fruit, and by low-hanging fruit I mean kind of like the pieces that you know you probably can flip for like $10 to $12. And this is no way talking about anybody, because we all are different in our business. I've been delivered from that version of myself, because last summer I definitely picked up a lot of low-hanging fruit, but it was only because I sourced once a week and I needed to get 60 pieces of inventory that one day. So I had to pick up those I mean, I didn't have to, but I chose to pick up those lower hanging fruit. I feel like as time went on, I've kind of cycled out those items that I know don't sell, those brands that I can only sell for $10 to $12. Don't get me wrong, like I do think filler items are great because they do pad your sales. However, I am not in a position to pick up, let's say if I used to source 60 pieces, I would probably pick up about 15 to 20 filler pieces, which why would I do that? That's like a waste of my time. So I don't even do that anymore. I've gotten to a place now where no matter how bad I want to pick that item up, I know that it's not going to sell for more than $10 to $12. So it's almost like, girl, what are you doing? You already know this is not your business model. Let's leave this here. And then another thing that I like to do is immerse myself in reseller content. Now, I do watch a lot of YouTube, like a lot. I watch it when I'm photographing, when I'm steaming, when I'm measuring, when I'm listing, all the things, okay? Because I feel like that is the time that you are going to learn the most, because you are working and then you're able to absorb. And that leads me to Resellers Edge University. Now, this is a mentorship group that can help you grow your business no matter which stage you're in. If you are a beginner, if you are intermediate, if you are advanced, no matter where you are in your business, it'll help you grow. Now, in the group, you'll learn vital information like how to market your items, be that of aesthetics or keywords. They do deep dives of, you know, brands and styles, and, you know, all the things that can help you pick up an item without really necessarily having a great bolo brand, because not everybody is able to find items that have, like, you know, really great brands to them. It's more style pickups, and they'll help you learn all of the factors that you need to pick up that random item and still be able to market it. They'll also help you manage your business in a sense of just kind of goal setting, keeping you accountable. If you are a person that needs, you know, somebody holding your hand a little bit, they are the one for you. I know a lot of people talk about how disciplined I am when y'all watch my vlogs, and it's because your girl know that I got to make this money, okay? So with that being said, that is why I'm able to be kind of like a robot when it comes to my business, because I want to see my business grow, and the only way to do that is to remain consistent and stay on top of it. So in this group, they'll actually help you remain accountable. And then you can also learn about wholesale. They'll also help you navigate that if you are into wholesaling. And then you'll also have a community that helps you grow and support you. Now, they do have a Facebook group that actually is more, you know, social media based, but it's also very informative. One of my favorite things about the group, aside from the Facebook group, because I think that that one is just really great because it's at your fingertips. Everybody is always on social media, and I do think that why not pop up into the Facebook group and you're able to learn more on that, aside from the website that they already have perfectly curated and organized for you to learn at your leisure. So they have a lot of videos, a lot of master classes, a lot of courses, and just a lot of live calls that you can watch on the replay to gain knowledge. For me, just yesterday I actually watched a live call from, I want to say, the day prior, and I was able to steam and photograph and just listen in and learn so much. They did a specific like deep dive of a category that I learned a lot from, and what they do is they also give you like a summary. So within that hour, you know, in 10 minutes of that video, I was able to not only soak in so much information, but they also kind of gave you like a spreadsheet of what they talked about, so then you can just pinpoint exactly what you need when you're out there sourcing. And I think that that was like chef kiss, because it helped me at this perfect season, because we were transitioning to learn about some things that I didn't know. And I think that that is what I love the most about the Resellers Edge University, is that you think you know until you come across the information. You like, oh, okay, I didn't know that, but thank you. And I know that they also do have a BOLO list that they actively update, and you cannot beat that. I actually looked it over yesterday. I feel like I was kind of like fine-tuning everything yesterday, and just really trying to you know, soak in as much as I can, because I feel like reseller content is, you know, it's a lot of it, and you can find it on YouTube, but I feel like in this specific group you can learn so much more a lot quicker. So it's kind of like a, you know, it shortens the learning curve. So you can watch reseller content. Y'all know I put out reseller content, but it's more so me based, but I do learn a lot from the Resellers Edge University, and I kind of like mesh that into my business so then I can grow. And then the best thing is actually the weekly live calls. So you're actually able to you know, tap in and watch these live calls, or you can watch them on replay, kind of like I do, because I don't really have the time in my workday to watch them when they go live, but you're able to play it back and then learn from it. And the way that they have their site set up is you can leave comments, and those also will be answered. So it's just very, very helpful. I feel like if you are a person that just wants that additional help, this is the group for you. And then they do also give out exclusive giveaways, like one-on-one coaching calls. Now I do have a code down below where you'll get 50% off your very first month with the Resellers Edge University. Go ahead and click the link down below and then use the code 𝕃𝕊 at checkout so you can get your 50% off your very first month. And then another thing that I do is I pick up items that I've sold before. So when you sell one thing, you sell it again and again and again and again. You start to notice a theme, and you're like, okay, this is a style, this is a brand, this is a size, this is a fabric that I pick up and I'm able to sell. Let me do it again. And that is essentially something that has helped me continue to grow my business, mainly because I do volume, like I told y'all before. So if I'm able to find something that sells well and it flips quickly, I'm going to continue to pick it up no matter what. I actually Google Lens when I'm in the photographing process to help cut down on the research time. So before, I would come home and I would, you know, do my research, it would take me time. It would take me 5 to 10 minutes trying to look for this specific item, when I could just Google Lens it when it's hanging on my wall. It just helps cut down on the time it takes you to actually research the item, because I am a researcher. I am not just a listed unless it's an item that I know I'm not going to be able to find any other info on, or if it's like a vintage piece and I just know that it's going to be keywords and aesthetics heavy, then I know that it's not, you know, really necessary for me to do any research. Flaw checking twice. So I want to say like maybe 3 or 4 months ago, I had completely stopped doing the checking of my items after I have completely, you know, stopped sourcing. So before, I would source, pick up an item, look at it really quickly, throw it in my Hulkin, and then call it a day. And then when it was time for me to check out, I would go over everything, and then I would be like, okay, we're good to go. I completely stopped that. I had said, you know what, when I look at an item, I'm actually looking over for flaws and everything, and then I put it in my cart. Next thing I know, I come home and it's time for me to steam it. I notice something. I'm like, wait a minute. You weren't there when I first looked you over. So now what I do, I like to do a double take. So when I look at the item, I look it over, you know, as quickly as I can, because a lot of the times it's somebody beside me just like rustling through the thing. So I'm kind of like, okay, I need to hurry the hell up. So I want to make sure that I look over the item, and then when it comes time for me to check out, I will go back through the items, not only to look for flaws, but to realize, hey, is this something that I really want to sit on or whatever? Because a lot of the times you pick up things because you're like, okay, if I ain't gonna, you know, find nothing, at least I got this. Okay, I have been trying to unlearn the habit of settling for items, and I've come a very long way, don't get me wrong, but I still find myself sometimes picking up pieces that it's like, okay, it's $1, I can probably flip this for $10, and I like to do kind of like damage control when I go through that second wave of looking over the item, to be like, girl, let's just leave it here. Like, let's not do all of this, just leave it here. You're gonna be mad when this item only sells for $9. Like, don't even waste your time, leave it here. So I do that for flaws, and then I do that to make sure that I am not bringing home an item that I'm going to be disappointed in when I sell it for $10. So another one is finding the style code on an item, to specifically find the stock photo and the style name. At one point I had completely, like, you know, took a break from it, and I would just list the item because I wanted to cut down on my you know, listing process. But I recognized that as time went on, I just kind of got better and better and better at it. But most recently, I want to say within the past month, I've been watching another reseller. His name is called 𝕃𝕀ℕ𝕂𝕊. He predominantly sells men's items, but he is a pretty good you know, YouTuber that I like to follow because I learn a lot in the men's department. He hits the nail on the head with making sure you are sourcing pieces that you can find a style code to, because people are actually going to pay a little bit more because they know the exact style name for it. And I feel like you probably can do like A/B testing, where you actually have the exact same item listed with the exact same photos, and then in the description you can probably put like the actual style code in it, or the style name, and then the other one you can just kind of bill out the title with all the keywords necessary, and then see which one would sell. And I'm sure the one that people are searching for, the style name, will probably sell a lot quicker. He has actually helped me rethink looking over the style code. So it's like, it's better to just take that extra couple of seconds to just type it in to see if you can find that exact style name, because a lot of the times people are searching for that exact item on the secondhand market, and if it's like, you know, 20 different ones, they want the specific one, so they'll put that style code in. So it's important to try to put that in your title when you're able to find it. And lastly, I send out daily offers on eBay. Since I do this full time, throughout the day when I have like a tiny bit of downtime, if I'm at a stoplight or whatever the case is, I will go on eBay, and if I see, you know, a few likers on an item, I will go in and send them out discounted offers. Now I kind of went back and forth on whether or not I like to do it weekly, or if I like to, you know, wait a specific day to do it, but now I feel like daily just works best for me. That is it, y'all. That is all that I have for this video. But yeah, y'all, thank you so much for tuning in, and let me know down below if you guys enjoyed this video, and also let me know down below if you guys have any business do's as well that I didn't mention in the video. But yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.